Hi, good morning to everyone. In this session, we have to discuss about some applications of nanomaterials. So, first one, applications of nanomaterials in lubrications and engines. So, first we have to define lubrication. These are the highly viscous materials which can be used to reduce the friction between two moving parts. That means we have to apply these highly viscous liquids between two moving parts. If we apply these, then it may reduce the friction that occurring between these moving parts. So, this is the purpose of these materials which has to be used in engines. So, now we have to move for nano lubricants. How these nanoparticles enhances these properties of lubricants. So, mostly we are using gold, silver, copper, metal oxides and oxides like dioxides of silicon, titanium and zirconium nanoparticles. These are the common nanoparticles which has to be added with lubricants. If you are adding these nanoparticles to lubricants, then that lubricant is called as a nano lubricants. So, these nanoparticles increases the properties of that lubricants. So, these nanoparticles can withstand up to high temperature and especially in CNT, that means carbon nanotubes have been used as a very good nano additives for the lubrication oils, because these CNTs are having more thermal conductivity. So, these nanoparticles withstand up to high temperature. That means temperature will be resulted because of the moving friction between two moving parts. So, if friction happens, then definitely that temperature will be existed. So, that heat energy will be withstood by this CNT. So, this CNT makes that lubrication too stable. That means CNT stabilizes the lubrication even at high temperature also. Thereby, it increases the efficiency of the engine. So, it disappears the heat energy that is evolved during this engine action. So, 0.25 gram of graphene per liter of the engine oil is suitable, and it is advisable to increase the lubricity and boosts the fuel efficiency also. So, in some of the lubricants we are using the bulky ball shaped tungsten disulfide nanoparticles. So, the structure of these are as a spherical structure, spherical bulky balls. So, these spherical balls bears that friction which occurs between the moving parts of the engine, and it makes that engine to work more efficient. So, next we have to go for a wastewater treatment. First we have to define the wastewater. So, water which contains some unwanted substances which occurs in that surface of the water because of some waste materials. So, that water which contains unwanted substances which adversely affect its quality, and these materials makes that water unsuitable for drink or some other use. That kind of water is called as a wastewater. So, water contains some unwanted substances makes that water unsuitable for use. That kind of water is called as a wastewater. So, common constituents of wastewater are given here, that is, those are pathogenic, non-pathogenic microorganisms, organic substances, then plant materials, food, protein and inorganic substances like ammonium particle and nanometal particles, and along with some gases. These are the basic constituents of wastewater. So, these waste materials have to be removed from the water. If we left untreated, then they may pose some threat to living beings and the environment. So, we have to treat that water by using these nanoparticles. Metal oxide nanoparticles like titanium, zirconia and ceria nanoparticles are having a good absorbing property. So, if we add these nanoparticles to water, it may absorb most of the solid materials from that water. So, thereby water may get purified. Next, these nanoparticles are having large surface area and they are having more affinity towards that waste materials. Thereby, that increased functional groups of these titanium dioxide and zirconia and ceria nanoparticles may absorb all the waste solid materials. So, magnesium oxide nanoparticles and magnesium nanoparticles can be used as a biocides. They are acting against gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria and bacterial spores. So, especially titanium dioxide and copper oxide electrodes can be used to oxidize the organic materials, and that COD has been removed from the water. Next, silver loaded SiO2 nanoparticles. Silver loaded SiO2 composite, that means composite of silver nanoparticles and silica nanoparticles, may form cross-linked chitosan, and they have high biocidal activity against Escherichia coli and Staphylococcus aureus. So zinc oxide nanoparticles can be used to remove the arsenic from the water, and zeolites can be used to treat that water from the heavy metals.